Hi, Perrin. Welcome to DaddyCast. We're going to learn some math today. Open up to page 51 in your textbook. And let's get going. All right, so let us take a look at step one or whatever, part one over here, addition and subtraction. Here's the problem. There are 3,402 boys at a parade. There are 987 more boys than girls. So part A is how many girls are there? This guy is pointing out that there are more boys than girls. 987 more boys than girls. So I don't know if you remember doing these bar graphs. Bar graphs will help you solve the problem. A part whole model. I guess this is the comparison model of bar charts or a bar model. So you write out the information that you know as a bar. You got boys, and you know that there's 3,402. It gave us that in the problem. You also know that there's girls, but we don't know how many there are. But we do know the difference between the number of boys and the number of girls. We know the difference is 987, and we know that the girls is less because there's more boys. More boys, less girls, and the difference is 987. So the way we can find out how many girls is take the number of boys, 3,402, subtract the difference, 987. That'll give us however many girls there are. So right here we see that that's what they've done. 3,402 minus 987 equals 2,415. So they have the subtraction problem written out over here. But let's just go through it real quickly. So pick an easier pen. Let's see. We've got 3,402 boys and a difference of 987. Subtract. So 2 minus 7. Uh-oh. 2 is less than 7, so that doesn't work. But so we're going to need to what? Kind of over here we have a group of 40 tens. We have 4 100s, which is the same as 40 tens. If we take the 40 tens and turn it into 39 tens and 1 10 that we're borrowing from here can be 10 ones, and so we add the 1, so it makes it 12. And we cross these out. And then 12 minus 7 can be 5. And then 9 minus 8 can be 1. And 3 minus 9, that doesn't work either. So we know that we have 3 1,000s. But 3 1,000s is the same as 2, oops, I wrote that big too big. It's the same as 2 1,000s and 10 100s. So we're going to write 2, cross this out, give 10 100s over here. So now we have 13 100s. I'm putting a box so you know they're squished together. And 13 100s minus 9 100s is 4 100s, and then 2 minus nothing is 2. So we get 2,415. All right. I hope that's how you know how to do subtraction. But let's find out. Okay, so I'm going to give you a problem, a subtraction problem. And then I'm going to give you a minute to solve it. And if you need more time than a minute, you can pause the timer. So we're going to have 5,102 minus 946. Okay, So write that down on your paper, and then solve it. Okay, Perrin, were you able to get the answer? Let's find out. And we'll also see if I'm able to do it in 60 seconds, whether I gave you enough time. All right. So we've got, where's my mouse? All right, we've got 2 minus 6, but that doesn't work. So we need to convert some of the numbers into ones, or into ones. So we can convert tens, but there aren't any tens. So then we're going to have to convert hundreds into tens and tens into ones. So we're going to cross this out and make it 0, because, and then we're going to have 10 tens, turn 100 into 10 tens. Now we can cross out our 10 tens, make it a 9, and take one of our 10 tens and turn one of our tens and turn it into 10 ones. Now we've got 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. 9 minus 4 is 5. 0 minus 9, oops, that doesn't work. So we need to take one of our thousands and convert it into 10 100s. 10 minus 9 is 1, and 4 minus nothing is 4. According to the book, that's the right answer, 4,156. And I mostly did it in 60 seconds. All right, if that is not your answer, maybe pause the video and come talk to me and we can look at what went wrong. Okay. So we can check our answer. Are there 2,415 girls? By taking this chart, 2,415 girls plus 987, which is the difference between boys and girls. And does it add up to the number of boys? So we're going to draw the chart. We write girls. Instead of a question mark, we'll write 2,415. And over here we have 987 is the difference. Does this whole, here's part 1, here's part 2. Does it measure up to a whole of boys or whatever? 3,402. That's the question. So we can add up 2,415 plus 987. Add 5 and 7 is 12. 12 is 2 ones and 1 10. We add the 1 10 over there. 1, 2, 10. So 0 10s and 1 100. 1 100, 4 100s, that's 5 100s, plus 9 100s is 14 100s. 14 100s is the same as 4 100s and 1 1000. 1 1000 plus 2 1000s is 3 1,000, so we get 3,402, and that's our right answer. So that's how we can test or check out our answer. All right, let's go down here a little bit. Let's do part B. How many children are there all together? So we know how many boys there are, 3,402. We know how many girls there are, there's 2,415. So we can do a part whole chart and say that here's the boys, 3,402, and here's the girls, 2,415, and all together, this is the whole. It makes up boys plus girls is how many children there were. Right? And here they've done the problem 3,402 plus 2,415 equals 5,817, or you can write it out like this: 3,402 plus 2,415. 2 plus 5 is 7. 0 plus 1 is 1. 4 plus 4 is 8. 3 plus 2 is 5. We didn't have to rename or carry any ones in that. So this is one way to think about the problem. Boys, girls, and the whole of all of them, 5,817. Okay. 5,817 children. So if we go down to the next page, 52, the little boy says there are 3,402 boys, there are 2,415 girls, there are 5,817 children altogether. Here we're learning a math vocabulary. The sum of 3,402 and 2,415 is 5,817. 5,817 is the sum. The sum is how much you get when you add two or more things together. It's the result that you get at the bottom of your problem. So here's one number you're adding, here's another number you're adding. 5,817 is the sum. Here's one number you're adding, here's another number you're adding. 5,817 is the sum. All right, this kid says there are 3,402 boys, there are 2,415 girls, there are 987 more boys than girls. Here's another math vocabulary. The difference between 3,402 and 2,415 is 987. All right? So if you write that like a subtraction problem, you would write 3,402 minus 2,415 equals 987. Since this is a subtraction problem, the answer is the difference, 987. Same thing if you write it this way. This minus this is 987. This is the difference between 3,402 and 2,415. Okay? So now let's look at task number 1 in your workbook on page 52. And get ready to write these in your notebook and do them in your notebook. So the first problem is find the sum of 864 and 659. we're doing the sum. It means we're adding. And one way to think about it is this part whole chart. We know part 1, 864. And we know part 2, 659. What we want to know is, what is the sum? If you add both of them together, it's going to be the whole of everything, including 864 and 659. We can write it like this. You might be able to do it in your head, or you might want to write a vertical equation. All right, so let's see what you got. We're taking 864 plus 659, 4 and 9. It's 13, so we've got a 3 and 1, 10. 1 and 6 is 7. It's 5. It's 12. We've got a 2 and 1, 100. 1 and 8 is 9. And 6 is 15. 1,523. Okay, if that's not what you got, maybe pause the video and come talk to me. Figure it out. What went wrong? All right, let's try problem number 2. Find the difference between 674 and 467. If you have one number, 674, and you have another number, 467, 467 is smaller. If you subtract 467 from 674, what's left over is the difference. To draw that over here, got the big bar, 674. That's this amount. And we've got the little bar, which is 467. We have some other unknown amount, which is, we don't know how much. But if we subtract 467 from 674, we can do like this. We're subtracting it out. Get rid of it. Then the part that is left over out of the 674 is going to be the same part that's left over in the difference. And then we'll know what the difference is. That's why we're doing a subtraction problem. So why don't you write this out as a vertical subtraction problem. And let's see what you get. Okay. That was your 30 seconds. Now it's my turn. Oh, let's see. So I've got 4 minus 7. That doesn't work. So we're going to have to borrow a 10. So now I've got 14 minus 7, which is 7. 6 minus 6, that's easy as 0. And 6 minus 4 is 2. 207. And I have time to spare. Okay. So that's the end of the teaching part. If you have any questions, come let me know. And otherwise, go ahead and get out your workbook. We're going to do pages 40 through 41. Hope you get good in math. Talk to you next time.